I'm here with Anthony Eliopoulos. My name is Jin Cherny, and this is 10 Minutes with Anthony. We got some, Anthony has some news, so what's up?
Well, first, I mean, as they're probably wondering why in 86-degree Key West, I'm wearing the Mangrove Man jacket. So I'm here in character as Mangrove Man. We're going to do some shoots, finish this movie up once and for all. But yeah, I am 20, as of today, I am 20 weeks out of the North American Bodybuilding Championships. I'll be competing in that 20 weeks from today. So, it'll be a long contest prep, and I'm sure, you'll be mad at me a few times, and, different personalities I have will come out. But the plan is, to try to get as big as I can in the next few weeks without getting fat, and then 16 weeks out, it's just started getting leaner and leaner and leaner. So my weight right now, I'm sitting about 209, 210, and the weight to make is 197. So, I mean, we're not that far off as far as weight, but, I want to bring, I think I've brought my arms up some this off season. I'm gonna have to concentrate on my legs a little bit. They're a little behind. Other than that, we'll see. That's a good long time to kind of take a little bit away each, what I'm eating, and keep the skin tight and everything else, which is important. I won't have to like rock bottom drop, weight or whatever.
Any competitions afterwards?
I am planning on doing a show in California on November 2nd, I believe it is, November 2nd. So it's a ways off of that. It's a Sacramento Pro-Am I'm gonna do. Now, depending on how things go, I have my eye on a few shows that are closer to here. In between those, maybe before those, something in South Florida. Maybe Orlando, Tampa. I don't really want to go that far, but just to kind of, we'll see. I mean, I certainly don't think it's going to take me 16 weeks to get in shape. I mean, I'm hoping that, 6-8 weeks out, I'm in pretty good shape, and then just kind of maybe hone it in, so.
I saw you at the gym the other day in the evening. Does that mean that you're up in your workout regimen?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I really, in a perfect world, I'd like to be able to train in the morning, because I do work a physical job. I'm not like these guys. I shouldn't talk about these other people, but guys that, they're personal trainers or whatever they do in the gym, and they work about 2 hours a day. I work a real full-time man's job. I make my own meals, do all that stuff. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want it easy, where I want to fit bodybuilding around my real everyday life. And I work a physical job in the heat, 10 hours a day, slinging packages, driving a truck, man's job.
So how's your workout regimen changes, like when you're 2 months, 6 weeks off the competition?
Well, somewhere in there, I'm going to have to start throwing some cardio in, which I do get. I use my work a lot as cardio as well. Fast pace, jumping out of the truck and running. But I'll start. I like to do short workouts, but with intensity. Rather than long, drawn-out workouts, I like to, and if I could do longest 45 minutes, somewhere between 30 and 45-minute workout, bam, in the morning, intense, and then, do my work thing, and probably start coming back at night, doing cardio here and there. I don't want to go too, you can always up all that stuff. I want to, essentially eat as much as I can, and put as little output cardio-wise as I can, and still, see abdominals, see veins, things like that, because you can always take away. But,
So how does it work with you? Is there anything like if you do too much cardio, you get too skinny?
Yeah,
you have to be careful about it, or?
I do. I think I do a lot of walking in my job as it is, and I think that it presents a challenge. You get kind of like it'll make it's hard to build your legs. Your legs get smaller, and the older you are as well, they always say the legs are the first things to go. So that is the challenge, So I train legs today, and I was telling you, I trained legs so hard today that I couldn't almost see out of my one eye for a while, and I had to stop. I stopped at the dollar store.
You popped the vein.
Yeah, I stopped at the dollar store to get like some drink with sugar in it or something, maybe to kind of, I felt like I was. And I bought a few hot tamales too, and I feel better now. And then I went home and I ate before I came in, but we got a little screwy today, but we're here, so it's good. So as you know, the 10 Minutes with Anthony show is done throughout Key West, different locations. Tonight it's a very special occasion because we're at the Little Jazz Club, and a very special guest, Denis. Denis, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You want to tell us a little bit about the club?
Well, it's right across the street from Cassans de France, and it features live music every night. And the only criteria to get in the club is you actually have to play something. And so there's no tracks, and there's no, and we have this thing that there's at least 3 people. So. That's what we're trying to do here. Keep this particular music alive, jazz music.
821 Duval Street. I should know that as a FedEx guy. I should know all the different addresses. But if you're on the 800 block of Duval Street and you have a hankering for jazz, I can hear it going on back there. I've heard you get up there. You get up there a time or two?
I'm usually here on Friday nights. And the thing is that jazz has lots of different... jazz is basically blues and swing together. So anything that fall into those categories, on Tuesday we have the Blues Day Tuesday, where it's a blues night. And then we have like straight ahead jazz, we have some Latin. We try to cover all of it. And of course we have the piano bar for happy hour, which Coffee Butler, the most famous dude musically in town, who's 91, holds court there Monday and Thursday, and the guy Jimmy Olsen from the local jet set crowd, everybody that is doing stuff is beloved, and he plays on Wednesday. And then of course Larry Smith is here 4 nights a week doing his jam and his piano bar magic. Anyway, basically so it's a lot of different music, all in the family and in the tradition of jazz.
Very cool place, and we've used it a lot for our little movies and stuff because it has such a cool looking lighting and everything. And I mean, it's one of these.
I grew up in New York, not Miami, but I did grow up in New York.
It's one of these things where you ride by on the street, it definitely gets your attention. And you mentioned that you grew up in New York. Now, didn't you do some childhood acting and stuff like that?
I played Patrick Dennis, age 10, from Mame till I was about 16. And they would say, "Why, Dennis, how old are you?" And I would go, 10.
Because I know that every once in a while you're good enough to, you'll work with us sometimes on our little. You're probably wondering why I'm dressed so strangely today, but
I've seen the movie. I know.
But yeah, you're one of the good guys, and we always. We always need you for voice stuff and acting stuff, and we always like to do our shoots here just because of the ambiance and the way it looks. So
I appreciate you including me in this right here. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. And once again, if you're here in Key West, make sure you stop by for some cool jazz. 821 Duval Street, the Little Room Jazz Club.
Okay, So that was our friend Denis Hyland from Lola Jazz Club. I would just add that they have a great happy hour here from 5:30 till 7:30. Even food is half price off, so definitely it's good. All right, it's time to shoot some movie. See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, and I'll be another week in, and soon we'll, get a little better shape. We'll start doing some training videos, and maybe a thing where you'll go to the grocery with me and see some of the things that I am eating, a little bit more specific for those that are interested about my diet. So.